Ryan, played by James Moore, was unveiled as one of the new owners of the Woolpack pub earlier this year, with the tech genius going into business with his birth mother and Emmerdale stalwart, Charity Dingle, Emma Atkins. The villager has also been busy at home as he agreed to let Ethan Anderson, Emil John, come and live with him as the lawyer wanted his own place. However, as Marcus Dean, Darcy Gray, and Ryan end up spending more time together in upcoming scenes on the ITV soap, the latter could be placed in a whole heap of trouble. The drama begins during next week's episodes of the weeknight serial drama as Marcus continues to care for Ethan after he was attacked a couple of weeks ago. With the newcomer spending so much time at the house, Ryan will agree to let him move in so the couple can spend more time together. As Marcus is becoming more of a regular character on the show, it seems he needs to be living in the village to cement his place there. After everything is agreed upon, the happy couple head off to the pub where they meet with Ethan's father, Charles Anderson, Kevin Mutter on. Everyone is in a celebratory mood, but this could all change as it seems more of Marcus' past could come to the surface. Since he was introduced to the show earlier this year as the estranged son of Pierce Harris, Jonathan Rather, many people have been skeptical about him. Although it was thought he could be exactly like his villainous father, the character hasn't shown any signs of this yet. This is because the writers could have been making his arrival a slow burner in anticipation of the drama which will ensue. Ryan could be thrown straight into the center of the drama because he could be the one who could become suspicious of his new housemate. Spending time with him 24/7, Charity's son could start to see how controlling he is towards Ethan and how manipulative he is. As Ryan does some research into him, being the tech genius he is, he could discover something about someone who looks very familiar to Marcus. It could be an old news article which explains how a woman died in a house fire and the only person to survive was her son. With Ryan having learnt a lot about Marcus, he could put together the pieces of the puzzle by realizing this is the same place where the newcomer grew up. Needing to confront Marcus, Ryan could tell him what he knows and how Marcus killed his own mother in the fire, not believing it was a freak accident. Knowing his secret is on the cusp of being exposed, Marcus could try to reason with Ryan, who wouldn't be willing to step down. With numerous options running through his head on how to silence Ryan, Marcus could keep coming back to the same idea of killing him. Knowing Ryan has a trip coming up soon, Marcus could offer to give him a lift, but it could be the last journey he ever makes. Ryan mightn't be scared of Marcus as he would want to find out why the young man lit the fire when he was a child and why he didn't save his mother. He would have no idea he was going to be killed and buried with no one ever hearing from or seeing him ever again. Marcus could claim his first victim, and this could be the start of a new reign of terror in the village and the birth of a new villain. How well do you know your British soaps? How many times has Emmerdale been married in EastEnders? What is the name of Bianca Jackson and Ricky Butcher's son on EastEnders? On EastEnders in 2002, who accidentally ran Jamie Mitchell over in his car which caused his death? How many times has Corey Steve MacDonald been married? What happened to Emily Bishop in Coronation Street? Who murdered Maxine Peacock in Coronation Street in 2003? Which incident in 1993 killed off 4 characters in Emmerdale? When did the show stop being known as Emmerdale Farm? On what day did Hollyoaks air its first episode? What was the name of the much-loved Coronation Street pet dog who was put down in April 2020 after 14 years? 1996 saw the arrival of one of Hollyoaks' all-time bad boys and rival of Kurt Benson, but who is he? Who is the longest-serving character on Coronation Street? Who shot Phil in EastEnders? How many fires have there been at Corey's Rover's return? Get out of my pub, you're no soaps fan. You're either too young to remember the big lines or have better things to do on weekday evenings. Casual viewer, you watch them sometimes so you kinda know what's been going on. Die-hard fan, you love watching the soaps so much your entire week is planned around when they air. However, just how long will it take for someone to become suspicious of Marcus? Could it be a matter of someone realizing there is a murderer in their midst too little too late as more lives are taken? The actor who plays Marcus, Darcy, has spoken about his character possibly having a villainous side, just like Killer Pierce. Speaking with Express.co.uk and other media, he said, "I think we all don't think that we're like our parents in real life. Me and my dad, I know him very well but I didn't grow up with him, and so there's always been a separation even though we've been empathetically close, but I've always thought, I'm not really like him, I'm definitely like my mum. But as I'm growing slightly older, I'm noticing little bits that I'm like my dad reacts like that, my dad does those sorts of things," he continued. "So I think Marcus likes to think he's nothing like his dad, but I think that instinctual thing comes out of him through the story. That's the bit that we'll tend to see, that he is quite similar to his dad at some point. So now that he has come to the village, it's kind of an open book as to where the next stage of Marcus goes, so that's why I think it's quite an exciting point in his life."